This is the Georgia Farm Monitor. Since 1966, your source for state and national agribusiness news, and features for farmers and consumers about Georgia's #1 industry, agriculture. The Georgia Farm Monitor is produced by the state's largest general farm organization, the Georgia Farm Bureau. Now, here are your hosts, Ray DeLessio and Kenny Burgamy.
Welcome, come all ye faithful viewers. Be joyful and triumphant as we watch another episode of the Georgia Farm Monitor. Glad you tuned in, everybody. I'm Ray DeLessio.
Yeah, I don't think that's how the Christmas carol goes, but I like it anyway. As Ray said, welcome. I'm Kenny Burgamy. Here's what we have in store for you today. Love it or not, fruitcake is a holiday tradition, and here in Georgia, there's one company that is world famous for its fruitcake.
But if fruitcake isn't your thing, we're hitting the road to North Georgia and getting up close and personal with a real-life reindeer. And this time of year, they are in high demand.
And then later, U.S. Secretary of Ag Sonny Perdue has a plan for the future, and it's going to directly impact you, the American farmer. These stories and so much more starting right now on the Georgia Farm Monitor.
A check of the calendar, you'll notice the official start of winter is right around the corner, December 21st to be exact. So naturally, many are wondering what to expect weather-wise. According to experts, we are going to be in a La Nina weather cycle. A what cycle, you ask? The Monitor's John Holcomb explains what exactly this means and how it could affect the 2018 season.
Warmer and drier. That's what farmers need to expect this winter as we experience a La Nina, a weather cycle that is caused by cooler water temperatures in the Pacific Ocean that affects the way the jet stream flows across the United States, as shown in this graphic.
Subtropical jet stream is what gives us most of our winter precipitation and a lot of our cloud cover. And so when there's a La Nina in the southeast, it shifts the jet stream to the north over the Ohio River Valley, and we are left with sunnier skies and usually warmer conditions because we're getting more sunshine. It also means we get less rain or less precipitation in the winter months.
Typically, the winter is when we get a lot of our rain, which is vital to the soil for the next growing season.
Usually the winter is the time when we're recharging the soil moisture. And we're already have been pretty dry this year. You know, the last couple of months have been quite dry, and I don't see any big change in that in the next month or two. And so we're going to continue to be dry. It means going into the next growing season, say about the beginning of April, soils are going to be dry. It's going to be harder for the crops to germinate. And you know, even though it'll be a little easier to get into the fields because you won't have to worry about a lot of mud, it's still going to be an issue for getting things going.
Of course, another concern that comes with the La Nina is the warmer weather, which, here in the peach state, is a huge one for peach growers, especially after having a not-so-great season like we did this past year.
A bigger concern is the warm temperatures, especially for peach and blueberry where you have to worry about chill hours. The last two winters have both been pretty warm. And both of those, the chill hour amounts were like less than half of the long-term average. So I think we're going to probably, you know, unfortunately see another winter where we may not get a lot of chill hours again.
A warmer winter can also be dangerous for row crops like peanuts, soybeans, and cotton, as the potential for disease and pests for the next season increase.
If you look at any peanut field that's been picked this year, if you look at a lot of the cotton fields, if you look at old corn fields, you will see regrowth. Those volunteer plants, the regrowth plants, those are a bridge from last season to next season. And for that reason, until we get a hard freeze or until they're destroyed, we'll continue to have pathogens building up. Young peanut plants will have leaf spot. Young soybean plants may still have rust disease. Corn plants will have them. Cotton nematodes will thrive.
A silver lining does exist, though, as experts believe this La Nina will not be a strong one.
The early indicators for this winter show that we'll probably have some warm spells, but we're probably going to also have some cold outbreaks.
It doesn't just stop in the winter. When there is a La Nina, it typically has effects that last the rest of the year.
We do know that when we have La Nina winters, we do tend to be more likely to go into a drought the next year. So for people that are a little concerned about that, I think water could be an issue next year. It's a little early to say, and obviously it's not going to affect all places equally.
Reporting in Watkinsville for the Georgia Farm Monitor, I'm John Holcomb.
During the holiday season, a lot of families across the country and around the world have made fruitcakes a part of their tradition. Safe to say that most of those delicious cakes originate right here in Georgia. If you've ever tasted a world-famous Claxton fruitcake, this is where it was made, in Evans County, Georgia.
The bakery actually began operations in 1910. It was founded by an Italian immigrant by the name of Mr. Savino Tos, who came to the United States in 1908. Mr. Tos was a pastry maker by trade, and he settled in New York City, worked in a hotel, but he grew tired of the city life, and he had heard a great deal about the South. And so he heard of an opportunity to move to Macon, Georgia, work in an ice cream plant. So he moved to Macon, but unfortunately that business melted on him after he had been there for about 6 months. He had met a girl, young girl from Savannah, and was going down to see her. He came through the small town of Claxton, which at the time was a small agricultural community in 1910, and he liked the townspeople. They were very friendly, and he also liked the fact that the town had no bakery. So he settled down and opened the Claxton Bakery here in 1910.
Parker's father started working at the Claxton Bakery as a young boy.
My dad decided to specialize. He didn't want to be just a small town bake shop. So one of the very popular items that the bakery made in the early days was fruitcake during the holidays.
It wasn't until the 1950s that the now famous fruitcakes became a recognizable name brand.
A gentleman from Tampa, Florida was in Claxton working here on some equipment at the ice plant. He was a member of the Tampa Civitan Club. His group or organization was looking for something they could sell to raise funds in their community. So he walked across the street here, happened to run into my dad here at the bakery, and they talked. He decided to take some fruitcake back with him to Tampa. So he took 300 or 400 pounds back. It didn't take him long for them to sell that product. He was back to get more.
Dale Parker told me that one Georgia commodity plays a significant role in the cake's success.
Of course, one of the key components in our product is pecans. Georgia pecans have long been a staple and an ingredient in Claxton fruitcake, and we're very proud of that. Georgia grown is also an emphasis on our website operations because we carry a lot of different products on our website.
And even though the Parker family has been around the fruitcake product for many years, Dale said he does not get tired of it.
Never. A day seldom goes by that I don't walk by that sample can up front and slip a couple out. Always a fruitcake at Christmas. I will let you in on a secret and tell you that my mother made her own fruitcake. So that's kind of a laughing point.
All right, the holiday theme continues. Straight ahead, Ray learns about the history of reindeer in Georgia, how they get here, and is even the climate right for them? The answers may surprise you. That's next when the Georgia Farm Monitor continues.
Yes! Love it!
Holiday happiness. The season is going to the dogs. Someone is either really excited about Santa's pending visit or having their picture made. The UT College of Veterinary Medicine doubles as a photographer studio this day, folks having their photos taken with their animals decked out in Christmas cheer. The shoots were open to the public and staff and students. Brett Ratliff is a second-year vet student who brought along her human friend, as well as dog Strider and his pal Harper.
One of our professors from first year brought his dog, and they had Santa hats, and it just looked like a lot of fun. So I roped my friend into doing it, and so we're here to support a good cause, but also take some fun pictures.
Each pet owner pays $30 for a session and gets a Google file of photos they can print, save, or spread on social media. The money raised goes to Kate, Companion Animal Initiative of Tennessee.
The holiday cards are always fun because the bloopers are just as fun as the fancy photos. So yeah.
Jamie Norris is the coordinator of the Kate program and helps to organize the photo shoots. They've also done pets and their humans in Halloween costumes. But it's the Christmas stuff that's really popular.
Yes, and it's a lot of fun because I love fur babies, and it's fun to put their parents in tacky sweaters and tacky sweaters on the pets too, so it's a lot of fun.
On a more serious note, some money raised on these photo shoots goes to help pets of the homeless. Just because you don't have a home, that doesn't mean you can't care for an animal.
Veterinarians come and help our homeless population and our working poor. So once a month we go and help the pets get vaccines, food, leashes, collars, things that they need to keep the pets from going into the shelter. So we provide that, and our vet students get hands-on experience.
So picture this. Many of us adore our pets, and they love us right back. And when you can capture that with a camera, it's a great way to celebrate the season and help others. This is Charles Denny reporting.
Here in Georgia, livestock is big business. One of the many reasons why agriculture is the state's #1 industry. But this time of year, there's one particular type of alternative livestock that people find really fascinating. You might even say a tradition. Of course, I am talking about reindeer. Reindeer here in Georgia? Absolutely.
There was a whaler, I think it was a Dutch whaler, brought down some reindeer back in the 1850s, turned them loose off an island in Savannah, Georgia. The DNR went in and removed them from the island in the 50s, I believe it was. You can look it up, Georgia. Look up reindeer in Georgia, and it'll be one of the first things that pops up. But they can live, survive, and do well down here.
Right.
But because they are so expensive, and we want them to be happy, because we want them to be productive, we try to give them all the creature comforts that we can with a big fan. You can't air condition them.
Right.
You'll give them pneumonia, and that's bad.
Right.
And but they do well down here. They don't like the heat, but they can handle the heat. And it gets hot in Alaska. People don't realize, but Alaska's got more mosquitoes than any state in the country. Mm-hmm. So it don't get too cold for bugs. The reindeer have about a 5-6 week season. We do tons of photographers want to do the reindeer picture where they have the reindeer standing up behind their guests and whatever. And we do lots of those in November. We do some shows. We did Town Center Mall the other day where we hitched them up and drove them in. We brought Santa and Mrs. Claus in the sleigh and right up the front door of the mall. And then we park them and let the people get in and out of the cart and out of the sleigh and do that kind of thing. They've got just a well of a business, 5 weeks, and then have no
more purpose the rest of the year.
No more purpose. If you just turn them off, put them in a box, and send them back to Alaska, it'd be cool, but you can't.
Yeah.
And it should be noted, our visit to Pettit Creek Farms, not the first for the Farm Monitor. Back in 2009, my predecessor, Denny Moore, showed us the unique operation and even took a ride on a camel. No camel rides this time around. I did, however, jump at the chance to feed the lovable creatures. Needless to say, a lot has changed since our last visit.
We've got 2 miles of Christmas lights now. Our hay rides, we went from a 24-foot trailer to 2 40-foot trailers, hooked end to end, and it's just grown. We're up to about 21 camels now. We've added in the reindeer. We do a really big pumpkin patch with the maize and all that, and it's just growing. And
right.
Now my children were here when y'all were last time. Now my children have children, so it's just the farm's growing and getting bigger. And we have a giraffe now, and a giraffe and the reindeer added new attraction, and just life is good.
Talk about the lighting display. We see a little bit of it here. What goes into this production?
Oh, it's never-ending production. It's constantly. We build most of the stuff you see here. We've got a fabricating shop up here where we build our Christmas lights. We've got juggling polar bears. We've got teddy bears. They're juggling teddy bears, trucks, and basketballs across the road. You've got sleigh boys jumping the road, deer, snowmen fighting, that kind of thing. But we build all that. My son, he fools the computer stuff. And we get up there and draw it out and bend it and twist it and paint it, and then we bring them out here and light them up. So they'll come out and they can drive halfway through the farm before they ever have to pay.
Right.
I got a sign up there that says Scrooges, Grinches, and all unhappy people to the right. And happy people, hay rides and lights to the left. So if you want to see half of it, go out to Scrooge Road, go ahead and have a good day. And it didn't cost you a thing. You think I'm kidding, but I'm not.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
If you want to come and play with us, we want you to be happy when you get here. We want you happy when you leave.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie, the camels were pretty cool. Also had a kangaroo that took exception to me messing with them, but fortunately we avoided any type of conflict. Nonetheless, really fun time, and if you have the time in the next few weeks, go ahead, check them out. All the info you need is on their website, PettitCreekFarms.com. As Scott mentioned, the Christmas light show as well as the reindeer and hay rides are nightly through December 30th. Hey, and don't forget, if you missed any part of the story or others on today's program, you could still see them in their entirety at our YouTube channel, the Georgia Farm Monitor. Plenty of stuff to choose from. In fact, the archive goes all the way back to 2009.
And while you're there, keep clicking and like the Georgia Farm Monitor Facebook page. Send us some feedback as well. Or if you have a story idea, or if you just want to leave us a comment or suggestion, send us a message either on Facebook or the address on your screen, that is news@farm-monitor.com. After months of listening to your feedback, the U.S. Department of Agriculture now has a plan for the future. That's next when the Farm Monitor continues.
Do right and feed everyone. That's our new motto at USDA, as you know. But to me, it's far more than just a motto. The vision and legacy of the United States Department of Agriculture is really found in those 5 simple words. You're a part of a USDA history that goes all the way back to 1862. And I want you to know that I'm proud to serve alongside what I consider the most professional, dedicated, and patriotic public servants in the world. Over the past few months, we've been listening to you as we developed our strategic plan for the fiscal years 2018 through 2022. And we have 7 strategic goals, and I want to take a few minutes each week to share these goals with you. Each goal will relate, frankly, to either do right or feed everyone. Strategic goal number 1, ensure USDA programs are delivered efficiently, effectively, and with integrity. This goal goes with the first half of our motto, do right. We have 4 objectives tied to this goal. Objective 1 is to modernize information technology infrastructure, facilities, and support services to improve the customer experience. You serve everyone. Every person in America is touched in some way by USDA. No other agency in the United States government has this distinction. We want every person we serve to have a positive experience, as if we must earn that business, because frankly, the truth is we do have to earn the business. Objective number 2 is to maintain a high-performing workforce through employee engagement and empowerment. That's you. We do not want our customers to feel like they have to jump through hoops. We want to give you the tools and empower you as best we can to answer their questions and solve their issues. That's the part of earning their business. Objective number 3 is remove obstacles in USDA programs by reducing regulatory burdens and streamlining processes. Burdensome regulations strangle American farmers and small businesses every day. And we're looking at every regulation we have and asking these simple questions. Does it offer protection at a reasonable cost? Does it mitigate risk? Does the one being regulated have any suggestions of how they could be improved? Or is or was there a hidden agenda behind this regulation, or is it based on sound, reliable data? How does this impact our ability to take American products to markets around the world? Objective 4 is to improve stewardship of resources and utilize data-driven analyses to maximize the return on investment. Our customers depend on honest, accurate, and reliable data to make critical decisions. Their decisions directly impact the world's food supply, not only here, but all across the world. Thank you for helping us to ensure USDA programs are delivered efficiently, effectively, and with integrity. I look forward to talking with you again soon. But until then, let's do right and feed everyone.
Discounts, discounts, and more discounts. One of the many perks of being a Georgia Farm Bureau member. Best of all, annual membership dues, currently $25, and membership is open to everybody. You don't need to be a farmer or have insurance with us to join Farm Bureau. For more information and other benefits of becoming a member, just log on to gfb.org and head on over to the membership section. Well, finally this week, despite being the #1 industry in the state, children know less about agriculture than ever.
That's why an event like the 14th Annual Children's Farm Day held in Tifton is so important. It gives elementary students a first-hand look at the industry. Damon Jones was there and has the story.
Third grade students from all over Tift County recently gathered at Star Farms to get an up-close look at all the different aspects of agriculture, from livestock to equipment and even a little calf roping. This annual event put on by the county provides an opportunity for many of these children to get their first look at life on the farm.
Today is all about exposure. We're hopeful that these kids will be able to come out here today and see something that they've never seen before and have an experience that they've never seen before. Because even though we're in a heavy agriculture area, some of these students aren't able to see a cow, or aren't able to see how crops grow, or aren't able to see wildlife.
And it's no coincidence that all those in attendance are from the 3rd grade, considering it's the age many children are their most impressionable.
Farm Day came about with the influence of our ag teachers, and they selected 3rd grade as a pivotal age for a child, that introducing ag-related subjects and content and this type of activity catches their interest. It was a good age for them to spark their interest moving into 4th, 5th, 6th grade, then on to middle school and high school. They were old enough to really grasp the concepts.
There are many ag-related businesses and industries in Tift County, so it's important for our 3rd graders, who will be our future workforce, to be exposed to all things agriculture.
And what makes this event so unique is just how interactive all these stations are for the kids.
It's a hands-on experience. They get to touch animals, they get to pet them, they get to see things in person, and that's a lot different than seeing it in a picture on a book, or on a movie screen or something like that. It's a lot different.
It's not only a great experience for these kids, but also for the presenters. Most of the stations are run by FFA students from local high schools and gives them a chance to show off their leadership and presentation skills.
It's a great opportunity for our high school FFA students to lead each booth as 3rd graders go around. Your high school students who are in FFA and putting on an event, they're growing and they're learning and they're preparing for their future and their future jobs as they're leading this event today.
The opportunity to get parents, teachers, the community engaged, involved, more exposure to agriculture. It is our leading economic indicator in this area, so we want people to know that agriculture is here to stay, and we hope that it will continue to be here to stay.
And if the feedback is any indication, this event is here to stay in Tift County for years to come.
In my mind, I know the staff members that I've spoken with, and me personally, it is my favorite day of the year. Aside from possibly the last day of school and getting that last child off the bus safely, Farm Day is my favorite day of the year.
Reporting from Tifton, I'm Damon Jones for the Georgia Farm Monitor.
Great job, Damon. Thank you so much. And that is going to do it for this week's edition of the Georgia Farm Monitor.
Here's a reminder for all the latest ag info regarding food, great recipes, and what's happening down on the farm. Be sure you check out our Twitter, Facebook, and Pinterest pages. You'll stay informed and see what's up in the world of farming and with us here on the show.
Take care, everybody. We will see you next week right here on the Georgia Farm Monitor.
Have a great week.